Giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAHAKODASH, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere Shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing in sincerity and in truth and in sound doctrine. Really quick video. I just ran across this video last night, actually. I think this is pretty much all this guy does, on his channel or whatever. I think his channel name is Why Chubbs Too Funny. Yeah, why Chubb's too funny, right? And like I said, I guess he does crazy stuff like this all on his channel. I guess that's what his channel revolves around. Um, yeah, man. When the scriptures tell us that we're going to be, looked at a certain way, you know what I'm saying? This proves right here, right? This proves right here that the people of God, okay, the people of God are not going to be looked at as the people of God. I see this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because you got these Christians like Vocab and everybody else that believes that the people of God are those people in that land. But it's like, do you understand and have you read that the people of God are not going to look like or present themselves as the people of God, because the people of God are under a serious captivity and they're removed from their border. They got their language and their heritage taken away, right? The Bible literally tells you about who and what the people of God are going to look like. Okay. And they're definitely not going to look like godly people. Okay. That's just what it is. Those people over there in that land, and everybody sees them as godly people. That alone proves that they don't fit the curses. Okay. They don't fit the curses. They do not fit the blessings either. Because Vocab had asked, well, uh, are curses the only thing that we can identify as Israelites? No, we look at it as blessings too. Okay, you got curses and you got blessings, you got curses. And we look at both of them. And those people over there in that land, you know who I'm talking about, the 1940 fakers, the small hatted cheap suits, man. The small hats, as we call them. Rats. Okay? Jewish. Right? That proves that they do not fit the curses. They don't fit the blessings. Okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the same scriptures, okay, same scriptures, man. These scriptures do not get old. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. It says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, so like to observe to do all his commandments and all his statutes, right, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." The people of God aren't going to be looked at as the people of God, because the people of God have sinned against God. Okay? The people of God have sinned against God. People of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI have sinned against him, man. So what did he do? He sent curses. He sent us curses, right? He put our women over us. You know what I'm saying? He turned out children against us. It's parents against children. Okay? Husbands against wives, wives against husbands, and stuff like that. These are the curses that he sent, right? Us being, on the bottom or whatever, right? These are the curses that he sent. Us believing in every other doctrine. Us merging doctrines, right? This is all part of those curses. This is all part of those curses that the Lord sent upon us, man. Okay? We got Deuteronomy 28, verse 25, okay? It says, "The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies." You see that? "Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth." Now, this makes sense why you'll have a group of 50 Negroes, right, standing on a corner, and one cop shows up, and what happens? They all scatter. You can easily overcome that, or y'all can easily overcome that one person, right? You got a force of 50 men versus one. You can easily overcome that person. Okay. So the Lord had caused us to be smitten before our enemies, and who are our enemies, right? Who are our enemies? The same ones, the same one that push stuff like this, man. The same ones that run media. Okay. They are our enemies, and you know who I'm talking about. Okay. At least us at the north, you know what I'm talking about. But people in the world already know too. The media. Who's in charge of the media? Who's in charge of your elections? Because everybody keeps talking about this Kamala thing, and now I'm seeing these big burly so-called strong muscular men. You know what I'm saying? Doing videos about Donald Trump is not a tough guy. He's afraid of this. He's afraid of that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other, these ads about these men. Yeah, vote for Kamala. Vote for this. Vote for that. Who's behind all this? You know what I'm saying? Who's behind all this? If y'all can't see that this is set up, then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It went from being political to a gender war, right? I haven't seen not one person yet. You know what I'm saying? Say I'm not voting for Kamala because she's a woman. I haven't seen that yet, right? I don't know about anybody else, but I don't see 100,000 men running around here talking about, oh, she's a woman, I don't vote for her. That's them setting that crap up, man. Right? Us in this truth, we understand whether it be man or woman, this place is destined to fall. Right? But we understand once a woman gets into office, well, that's it. She's gonna possibly be the last president. Lord willing, she'll be the last president, but it's all up to the Lord. If she ain't, then things is gonna get really, 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 really bad. And everybody that was talking about cheering and voting and stuff like that, y'all gonna be looking stupid again. Every single election, y'all sit around and look stupid, man. You know what I'm saying? Where exactly? And again, it goes to the people of God. Where do you see those small hats sitting up there in these crowds voting for a president? You don't see this. Okay. This shows that they do not fit the curses. They don't fit the blessings. They don't fit anything but being a devil. They the ones that run the election. The higher ups. They're the ones that run those elections. But people don't see it, man. We tell you, y'all over here voting for a government that y'all always keep coming to us talking about. Oh, I don't trust this, I don't trust that. But you running up there voting for them. She's the government still. Idiots, man. Let's continue on. Verse 28. Okay, 28, verse 28. It says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Man, I don't care how funny you try to be, man. There's so many ways. There's so many ways you could do it than degrading yourself like this, right? There's so many ways you could do it than degrading yourself like this, man. 'Cause that's what it is. I don't care what anybody say, man. That's literally degrading yourself. So what happens is, and to show you how much hell we in, if you got a problem, if you got a person that's fighting a problem with weight, right, and they see something like this, and they immediately think, well, he's comfortable with it, so why shouldn't I be? You're making people comfortable, and again, this goes to those elites, man. They push stuff out like this, man. You know what I'm saying? So now you're making people comfortable as to, oh shoot, if he's bigger than me, so shit, I should be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that shouldn't be the case, right? They try to paint a false image as to, oh yeah, just be confident. Just be confident in what you. That's good. That's good that you're confident. That's great. But you should also try to fix the problem, because when you do stuff like that, now you're not. Now you're saying, well, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem to fix. And then that's where your confidence. That's where the confidence goes downhill, right? Those drug addicts. That's usually a lot of those drug addicts. They had too much confidence. They had too much arrogance, right? They said, "I'm gonna try it, but I ain't gonna turn out like my cousin, my drug head cousin." Next thing you know, they try once, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you Superman at first, and then you get taken because what you're dealing with is a spiritual power, right? That's what you're dealing with when you deal with the media, when you deal with those drugs. Everything you do, you deal with spirits. Everything you do, you deal with spirits. Okay. Let's continue on down here. I think this is the last verse I'm gonna get in Deuteronomy 28. This is verse 37. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. This is this is taught about the people of God. So how come everybody thinks that those people over there are the people of God? When that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't line up with the Bible. It doesn't line up. It makes zero sense. When you speak against them, everybody hates you for it. Christians hate you for it. What I'm not understanding about vocab is those people over there that you're calling the people of God are spitting and literally just degrading your fellow Christians. You're not going over there telling them, you know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? They are spitting on you, on your fellow Christians, literally spitting on your fellow Christians, telling you to go home, calling them devils. They don't want that Christian madness there. So why are you not flying over there trying to convert them, man? Why are you not flying over there trying to talk to them? Instead, like the elder said, y'all got a hard on, a serious hard on for the so-called One West camps. You know what I'm saying? You run up to GMS, right? Which apparently we're broken, but you run up to us again somehow for whatever reason, right? Which we know your reason. You're getting paid off of it. We know, right? You're doing all of this. You're wasting your time. You're not wasting our time. You're wasting your time. Instead of going to those small heads that you call the people of God and trying to reason with them and stop them from trying to fight and spit on your fellow Christians. Not going to do that. Because deep down, a lot of you Christians, man, deep down, y'all really do, or y'all really don't believe that they're the people of God. You know what I'm saying? We read these scriptures to you time and time again. There is no way in the back, somewhere in the back of your mind that you absolutely fully believe that they're the people of God. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you don't believe it. You just don't like Israelites so much to the point you're just trying to prove us wrong. You're trying to find anything in the Bible to try to prove us wrong. That just shows your hatred towards Israelites, right? That's just what it is. Black Hebrew Israelite this, Black Hebrew Israelite that, One West this, One West that. That just shows your hatred. Okay, Hassad and Deacon and most of these other camps, right? They change doctrine for the sake of fame, vain glory. Now I'm hearing Hassad is talking about Jesus, or he says Christ didn't follow the Sabbath day on the correct day. He didn't know what the correct Sabbath was. These guys, I'm telling you, man, these doctrines and these guys, they just keep getting weirder and weirder and weirder. But it just comes to show you that we are the people of God, because the people of God are going to be in every wind of doctrine. They're going to merge gods. They're going to merge doctrines. They're going to be in every doctrine. That just comes that we're going to fight against we're going to fight against one another for doctrine. That because what's happening is everybody's trying to look for, look for a way, look for an answer. Those small hats over there are not doing that. Nothing about the Bible fits them except them being devils. Right? Last scripture, 1 Kings chapter 9, verse 8. Then will I cut off Israel, right, out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people. Okay. And this and is Salaka, and at this house, which is high, every one that passeth by it, right, shall be astonished, right? You don't really see a lot of the other nations doing stuff like this. When they come over to America, you may see it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not on a level. I can't tell you how many big niggas I've seen, you know what I'm saying, with their shirt off doing stuff like this or similar to this, eating, setting up a table, eating in the middle of the street, you know what I'm saying, or just doing these little skits with their shirt off looking sloppy and stuff like that. Can't tell you how many big Jake I've seen doing stuff like this, man. Versus an Edomite, versus a Moabite versus a Arab or anybody one of those nations, man. You don't see them doing this on a high scale level, okay? Because and then you know the other nations. This is why they look at so-called black people, Latino people, and Native American people the way they do because of stuff like this, right? Because it's stuff like this, right? It says, and shall hiss, and they shall say, why hath the Lord done thus unto this land and to this people? I'm sorry, to this house, which is the people, which is the whole house of Israel. Okay. Now you could make the argument and say, well, this is talking about before. You know, it's like you read up, it goes on. This is actually a story. You go on, you read up, right? Because watch this. You like I said, you can make the argument, but is this not happening today? Is this not happening? What is this? Verse 6. But if ye shall at all turn from following me, we did time and time again, time and time again, and here we are for the 100th time back in captivity, but even well, way worse, way worse. Okay, it says ye or your children, right, and will not keep my commandments and statutes which I have set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them. Again, this is why I say you could make the argument to say, "Whoa, it's just a time," because Christians do that all the time. Well, it's just a time period, and this, that, and the other. Well, the scripture says whatever is written for a time for our learning today. Um, you can equate certain scriptures to today's time, right? You can equate all Salaka. You can equate all scriptures to today's time. In fact, some of them are actually taught about today's time. This right here is pretty much actually taught about today's time because we're doing the same. We did the same exact thing. Look at us now. Look at us now. He cut us off, right? He literally cut us off out of the land that he's given us. We over here in America being the heathens. We're out of the land that he's given us. Okay? It says, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight. Yeah, he cast us out of his sight because we sinned against him. Right? Look what he's done to us. Look what he's done to us. He's literally cast us out of our sight. We're supposed to be a holy people. And what's crazy is, yeah, we're holy, right? But we're holy on both sides. We're holy on the right hand and the left hand because, like I said, you don't see the actions of our people really are just outstanding compared. I'm literally talking about literally outstanding, right? Compared to the other people on this earth. So we're holy on the left and right hand side. So we're just a holy people all together, right? We're looked at as the worst creatures on this planet right now, but we're also the Lord's children. We're also the Lord's chosen, which is why we're looked at the way that we. That's the point of the video. Which is why we're looked at the way we're looked at. Which is why He punished us. This is why the people of God aren't going to be looked at as the people of God. They're going to be looked at as trash. That's just what it is. I'm saying that alone right there proves that those small hats are not the people of God. The people of God aren't going to be looked at like the people of God. People aren't going to know what the people of God look like because they just aren't going to look like it. This is why it's starting with the elect. But you see even us, we stand out there on the highways and on the hedges, and all people do is all they do is curse people out, this, that, and the other. They just a bunch of Negroes or whatever standing on a corner with Bibles and yelling and screaming at people. You see what I'm saying? So even when we have Bibles in our hands, we're still not looked at as the people of God. That goes to show you how deep this curse runs. Okay? It says, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I've given them, and this house which I've hallowed for my name, which I cast which I will cast out of my sight, right? It says, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people. Very simple. Are those small hats looked at as a proverb and a byword among all the people? Just a question. I don't think so, because they got ads. You know what I'm saying? They got ads protecting them. They got their own medical system. They got their own neighborhood. They got their own everything, and nobody has a problem with it. Nobody does marches and say, well, they should share. Wow, how come they don't have to be equal to us? We want equality. How come they don't have to be equal to us? Nobody marches for that, right? Nobody marches for that. Having our own ambulance system. Well, shouldn't we all? We're in America. Shouldn't we all just be equal? But nobody marches for a while because everybody looks at them as the holy people, proving that they're not the Israelites, proving that they're not the real Jews. They're not the people of God. There's so many things that proves it, man. It's ridiculous. Anyway, giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh BAHASHAM. That's all I got on this show.